Welcome, everyone, to Blood and Iron, Dead Man's Hand. It has been a little bit since we've seen you all, so thank you all for showing up. Last we had left off, our coterie had put in some work. Towards getting some things done, such as plans to oust their primogen as a... how shall we put it? A nincompoop, to use some polite terms. Alexandra had just been more or less getting to know the thin blood Frankie, who she has come to learn is a bit of a motor mouth, which, given the right circumstances, could be extremely useful and extremely damning in the right circumstances. And Aaron was making sure that Cash, one of his cousins, who had been working with the Second Inquisition, was leaving the city. But some of the events of the past have been leading Cash to double down. But Aaron's not having any of it. So he is possibly away working on that at this very moment, where Dorian is possibly finding some public outlet of a kindred nature to sort of rub elbows with the right people. And so Dorian and Aaron are a bit indisposed at the moment. Alexander, they would have let you know this upon your text to request that Shriek, Dorian, and Aaron meet you tonight, but it seems that only Shriek is available for the time being. You might have Aaron swinging by here in a little while. But Frankie has sent you a response saying that he'd be delighted to come and see your quaint little shop. So you have that to look forward to tonight. Which, to say, tonight is a new night for our kindred. So while we're discussing the plans, the machinations, and the other such things of a kindred society, such as the Camarilla, maybe it's the little things, like that hunger pain, that gets the priorities a little mixed up. So let's get some rouse checks from the both of you. Thankfully, there is no residual cost this evening as you wake from your sleeping places. You are exactly as you had left yourself last night. Which is where, by the way? What is your hunger?
I am at 1.
1 for Shriek and 2 for Alex. Very manageable. Very manageable indeed. So, after a little bit of time, Shriek, you find yourself in front of the shop where Alex has regularly had you and others visiting. You patiently wait outside so as not to attract bugs into her establishment more than is necessary. You see a couple of little vermin just kind of swarming around your feet just to see what you're scuttling about. But Alex, you would know that Shriek is outside.
Alex will kind of stick her head out the door.
Hi, darling.
Shriek, why don't you come inside?
Oh, love to. Oh my god, she even replaced the carpets. You didn't do that on my account, did you?
Recently, we've been having a few less issues.
Well, I hope that isn't on my account.
He says as he flings a cockroach at the other side of the room.
Alex kind of just watches it fly, and she's just like, "Please come upstairs." I believe
Not
has
my
Frankie
type,
already
but
arrived?
I'll acquiesce.
Has Frankie already arrived?
Not
Coffee?
quite. Not quite. He has not quite arrived yet. But you imagine he'd be around shortly.
She's going to let the girl at the front desk know, at the counter, know that she's expecting somebody to show up, and to just let her know when he arrives.
She's got a lollipop in her mouth, her feet propped up on the desk, reading some kind of magazine about trends of some kind. Just kind of waves at you nonchalantly, almost like she's not paying attention, and goes back to what she's doing.
Good help is hard to find these days. She makes her way upstairs.
Well, that's why you gotta be a little bit more picky. Honestly, I'm just a whole wonderful catalog of character.
And that's why we keep you around.
I thought it was for my nice acts.
Wow, that's a benefit.
Yo. Alright. So, you said you wanted me here. What's the 411, sugar?
I have a new friend to introduce you to.
Hope they're delish.
Can't say I've had a taste.
Oh, I'd get to end up popping a cherry. Love it.
She lets him into her apartment, closing the door behind them. He's a businessman, an entrepreneur of sorts.
Oh, you little gold digger, you.
And he is one of our own.
Keep it in the family. Not my taste, but hey.
I met him through Dorian's
OnlyFans.
lovely little
Sorry, I had to guess.
establishment.
I had to guess.
I think that's more up your alley than it is mine.
Please. Wherever I'm around, there are only fans.
The gentleman that we're expecting is a thin blood.
Oh, goody.
Goody.
Well, you didn't make him, did you?
No!
Look, given the things that I have encountered over the past few months with you all, is it really outside the realm of possibility?
Entirely with me.
You're not getting... Oh. No. But... No. Unless... Maybe.
I feel like I want to stop your train of thought right there, Shriek.
Somebody's mic is beeping.
Yeah.
Looks like Monty.
Yeah, it might. Yeah.
Yeah, it's Monty. We hear crickets. Sorry, I didn't mean to let those in. Look. Okay, you got thin blood you want me to meet. I'm presuming that there's a reason.
I feel like he is directly up your alley and directly up Dorian.
Tall, dead, and handsome.
Well, depends on how you look at somebody. He's good at talking.
Well, I guess that's halfway there. I was hoping you were just going to tell me he was good with his mouth.
Well, there's that too. But
Experienced, are we?
he is very good at
Being a cunning linguist, I get it.
he doesn't know when to stop talking.
So you want me in stereo? Didn't know you cared.
Essentially, he absorbs information and he spits it out without thought. Both problematic and useful.
Go on.
We have several issues currently happening.
Honey, we're a bag of issues. That's nothing new.
One of which is Keller.
Okay, you got my attention.
Wouldn't it be interesting if someone just started talking? And on that thought as well, this guy has a lot of connections that can likely make you human connection.
Should I be jealous?
Oh, honey, you're the only one for me.
I just needed to hear it.
But I figured that we could make use.
Well, if that's how you want to end up seeing it. So go on. Tantalize me with that big brain of yours.
Keller is going to leave a power vacuum. He's also got a lot of connections in places where we don't necessarily. If we can make use of this little Thin Blood's connection and make use of his big mouth, well, I don't know if you can see where I'm going with this.
Always loved a billboard, especially one that ends up walking and talking.
The only thing that he seems to want is safety and security.
With a mouth?
Interesting, right?
Okay, where do I come in?
You're an information broker. And you know how to use that information.
So I've been told, try and keep a reputation after all.
Street with a little friend goes both ways.
Oh, and I thought I had them all to myself.
I think you misunderstand. He talks. Talks a lot. And he often tells some interesting information.
Let's find out. I'm curious, but not that curious.
Well, I'll lay this one out then. Apparently, somebody's talking shit about Gerard.
Not like he makes it not like he makes it hard for himself.
A little
Well, what
thin
kind of
blood,
shit are they
apparently.
talking?
Or somebody that I don't know. Somebody named Carter.
Carter. And you want me to, what, shut him up?
Simply passing information. This is something that we wouldn't have heard otherwise.
So
Interestingly enough, he's calling Gerard a bootlicker.
Oh, I do love the old names.
I don't think that's something we want happening, right?
Maybe.
Maybe.
Depends on your point of view. See, one thing I ended up learning very, very early was always have a fall guy. And if you don't have to put a lot of work in to make that happen, all the better. Besides, in the next few nights, something tells me our dear Primogen is going to need to end up showcasing his strength.
Nothing to do with that little piece of information you gave me yesterday.
Certainly not. I just happen to end up running into some stuff and pass down the appropriate channels. If I happen to earn one or two out of it, or a chance to feed, then why not? And he says that, and you can see that he is still, like, torn to shreds. Like, his body is still barely held in together. He only being covered up by, shall we end up saying, really badly maintained hoodie and a little bit of duct tape.
She kind of looks him over. And there's a moment, there's a slight bit of guilt that passes across her features. Chances to feed, huh?
Yeah. But I also know on how to send a message.
Using your circumstances to your utmost.
It helps. After all, everything is a fight for the frame. That is all it is. And if somebody's gonna end up taking a chunk out of my sweet backside, then I'm gonna end up milking that for everything it's worth. Nice part about working with the cam, showcasing acts of humanity as loudly and as performatively as possible in order to maintain the status quo, wins on all accounts, even to the people who know you're full of shit.
Oh, and you can definitely be full of shit sometimes.
When have I ever lied to you?
No, you're right, you haven't.
See, that's
But
what
I'm
makes
certain.
a lot of rank amateurs in the court. That's the thing they don't get. They're constantly lying, trying to cover their ass. I don't need to do that. Truth is far more interesting. And typically is everybody wants to hide in the shadows. I end up, however, thinking that being out in the open is the last place anybody's looking. Especially if they feel like they need to keep something on you. It's amazing how well that works.
Indeed. I can respect that.
So, I meet Frankie. Then what?
We give him security. We talk up the people we want talked up. Bolster reputation. Make Frankie feel comfortable with us. So he will tell us literally anything. Use him as eyes and ears and a mouth.
Oh, I can definitely use a mouth. Eyes, ears. Wow. We got an eternity to experiment. You look so serious.
So many innuendos.
Oh, honey, those aren't innuendos. They're promises.
Hey, yo, anybody home?
Speaking of promises,
Alex makes her way over to the door, and she opens it.
I can just imagine Alex as she's walking towards the door, just dying a little inside with every step.
She's just trying not to fucking laugh.
And maybe just a little bit of that stifled laughter appears on your face as you see the somewhat burly man of Frankie standing right in front of you.
Good evening, Frankie. Please, come on in.
Nice place you got here.
Thank you.
Sit
Tea?
down. Tea? What for?
Being polite?
I ain't got no need for tea.
Oh my god.
Frankie, this is Shriek. Shriek? Frankie.
You look like a
She kind of
schmuck.
closes the...
Pleasure to meet you.
Oh, hello, Daddy.
You're a fucking fruit.
No, I'm terminal. There's a difference.
Jesus, what's with the people these days? Every goddamn one of them's a fucking flake.
Hey, that's all right. I try and end up keeping up with the appearances. Frankie, pleasure to meet you. Standing up and extending a hand.
He goes to shake your hands.
And as he does, I bow into a curtsy, raising my hand.
Alex standing nearby just trying not to fucking laugh.
I ain't even gonna ask. Cause that ain't even none of our business. What you do in your own time is your fucking business.
I like this guy. I really like this guy. Frankie. Where have you been my whole life?
Not down this alley.
Oh, clearly not. I gotta introduce you to some. Frankie, I end up hearing some good things from Alex, but never said you were that cute.
Jesus. Really? Are we going to start with this?
Oh, I think we will. And I'm going to tell you why, Frankie. Because word on the street is that you're here currently dodging a bullet.
Dodging a bullet?
Word. Mm-hmm.
I don't know, no bullets coming my way.
Really? What's your clan?
I ain't got one.
Yeah, you say you don't have any bullets coming your way.
Well, at least not that I know of specifically.
Yeah, and most people don't see it when it's to the back of their head.
You threatening me?
No, I'm warning you. Because, Frankie, I like you. And because I like you, I like to end up making sure you're informed. Heard you like to be informed.
Yeah?
So you probably heard about the new place being built up, damn near finished.
Yeah, I heard about that place. It's a lightning fast job, too. Got some billionaire schmuck who's fronting the whole thing.
Oh, yeah. See, that billionaire here, schmuck, that you just said, wouldn't end up saying that to his face. Quick way to end up with concrete shoes. And given the fact that you don't have to breathe, you might be waiting a while before it erodes. Then he'll decide to do what to do with you. He's a blue blood.
The fuck does
Venture,
that mean?
you know about that?
Okay. Venture.
Yeah.
I still don't know what the fuck that means.
Good. Okay, let me explain. Billionaire prick that you just am talking about. Think of him as from a really prestige family. Right?
Like the Kennedys or some shit?
Think more Genghis Khan.
I don't know what
With all
Genghis
the
Khan
money
has
in the
anything
world,
to do with this.
with all the money in the world to end up spending, all the leverage to end up doing it, and if they wanted to, they can make you eat your own shoes, and you will do so simply on command.
Fucked up.
Can be, but they are good friends. They're really good friends to have around. Kind of like the mob.
Uh-huh.
And he is one of my dearest friends, and I take exception to when somebody decides to show anything less than the absolute respect he's due. I take personal offense to it because, well, to be honest with you, Frankie, I'm very defensive of my friends. And the last guy who did, well, he wasn't as pretty as I am right now.
The last guy to insult one of your friends?
Yeah. See, I'm the one who makes the scourge back down.
That's... Now, I heard about this, the whole scourge thing that tends to go walking around often. People under the prince's orders.
And when I say that somebody's off limits, that's not up for opinion. That's a matter of fact.
Heard she went after some big shot in Fort Worth the other day.
Word is. But my friends are all here in Arlington. In fact, one of the reasons I'm over here is because Alex here thinks that you're going to be a really good friend. But I'm a little
Kind of
selective.
straightens his jacket up a little bit. Well, it didn't mean no offense.
Oh, don't worry. I've been called far worse.
Look,
And I'm not here to be mad at inaccurate or be mad at you for being accurate. But there are certain norms that we try and end up adhering to. For instance, right now, this is Alex's establishment. I am upholding to the rules of domain. That's why when you called him some billionaire prick, I didn't gouge your eyes out.
Well, it's just one of those things where I tend to say it like it is.
Oh, let's say it like it is. So
Yeah.
the guy who is paying for your big, beautiful ass to still be intact is the prick.
Look, I ain't met the guy. And I'm sure I'll probably come to the same opinion after meeting him too. A lot of them are pricks.
No, of course. I just like to end up keeping things respectable. Besides,
Sounds like you're trying to twist my arm or something.
no, if I was trying to twist your arm, I could end up telling you where you live. Also, tell some individuals who might be a little upset at your comments today because they're just as protective as I am, and I'm very, very protective. If you were to end up saying anything against Alex, for instance, I might take offense to that. But I got good teeth. And I'm really good with my mouth, too.
Shriek, right?
That's right.
Yeah, I think I've been hearing about you. Guy who knows everything.
Oh, you flatter me.
Well, so they say.
Tell me something I don't know.
Well, I just did, didn't I?
You think I don't know my own reputation?
No, I was talking about the other thing. You know, the little thing that I just said the other minute ago.
The thing that's common knowledge?
That the Scourge went after some uppity in the fucking Fort Worth?
Mm-hmm. I keep close tabs with our hound. In fact, I usually know where he is before he knows where he's going.
Now that sounds like bullshit. Prove it.
Tell me something I don't know.
And what do I get in return is how this works, right?
Depends on what I'm given. Easier than paying boons, isn't it?
I haven't really had a chance to know what exchanging boons is like. I'm new to Dallas. Relatively.
It's okay, darling. It's really simple. Just tell me something I don't know.
Well, that's a tricky one because the guy who's supposed to know everything, what do you tell him that he don't know?
He looks to Alex.
Come up with something. Anything, and he'll tell you whether he knows it.
Alright. Fairly certain some of your friends in this here side of the domain are in hot water.
Given the fact that a few of them turned into stains.
Yeah, word around is that Danny and Monty kind of bit the dust. Ain't nobody seen them.
Killer on the loose.
Ain't nobody seen him. And
Okay.
I'm thinking that they were friends with the Mr. Kane Tenebris, the apprentice of the Scourge Rate.
That's a good one. So here's one. Primogen indirectly is responsible for all those bodies we end up seeing gouged out and hacked to pieces a couple weeks back before he became Primogen. Yeah.
That's
See,
right.
he was shitting on our domain before he owned it.
Now you got beef.
What beef could I possibly have with the Primogen? I'm just letting you know something that might be a little bit important down the line.
It kind of looked like you got beef about it, though. The way you said it.
Sorry, I didn't quite catch that.
Oh, I was just saying. He was just saying, yeah, but you sound like you got beef. The way you said it.
Oh, honey, I don't think you've ever seen me when I have beef. Mostly because, well, let me give you a freebie. Everybody I had beef with is Ash or worse. We had this little thing called a purge not too long ago. Maybe you heard.
I heard of it. Wasn't exactly here for it. I arrived after that.
Yeah. Nobody on the wrong side of me survived that. Just me and my friends.
Alright. Is that supposed to scare me or something?
I believe it's to let you know that Shriek is a very good person to know. Which is why I brought you here to introduce you.
And the wrong person to piss off.
Oh, please, you called me far worse, and I didn't take offense to it.
Yeah, well,
I mean, it's not like I'm asking you to let me put my dick in your mouth or anything like that, though,
God,
if you're
no.
curious.
Fuck no. Ain't no way I'm going down that street.
Well, I'm the one at risk here, fangs and all.
Ugh. Gross.
You haven't seen gross yet, but we'll stick around. We'll learn you.
Oh, you got something that's crawling out your nose right now. That's gross.
Uh-oh. Oh, God, it's one of...
It's like some kind of earthworm or something.
Alex just goes to get the rubbish bin and brings it over.
Ugh.
That is a centipede.
You're
Try and remember,
infested?
we're cadavers. You think that you are maggot-free?
Yeah. Shower every day.
Yeah, like that does anything. What do you think happens to rotted meat? I'm just a little bit more advanced, that's all.
Ew.
Plus better looking.
Ugh. Nah, yeah.
But, Frankie, you want in on this. You want a place to stay. You'd like to keep things above board, and you like to end up knowing people.
That's usually what I'm pretty good at. I got some connections here and there between here and New York.
Ah. Well, I can set up a meeting that's gonna make your night.
With who?
Are you familiar with a woman named Kaufman?
Heard of her? She's been snooping around some kind of clinic that's still being built. That has been a snail's pace, let's be sure, because there ain't nobody funding that and making it Kawada style.
No, I imagine not. Especially with complications that happened.
I'm fairly certain that if she had her way, it wouldn't go up.
Oh, it will. She'll make sure of that. But
I don't know.
she's not just that. People are a very important resource in our domain. More specifically, you might notice a lack thereof.
Yeah.
A lot of fangs to end up going into too few necks.
Saw a couple of our friends down the street tonight, and they looked a little less like they were wanting to chow down on
Yeah.
some unsuspecting schmuck and come after me instead.
Oh, that would have been a shame. We wouldn't have had this pleasant conversation.
Oh yeah, this is kind of what helped me up, actually. You know, waving around streets because I see a big old man in a red plaid shirt that's been prowling like he's like he ain't had things to eat in weeks.
Oh. Gerard's a puppy. Really?
Not the way he was looking at me.
What did you do to make him angry?
I didn't do nothing. I was just crossing the street.
Well, you
Didn't stop him looking.
Tell you what. Alex here needs a favor done. You come through for her. I'll come through for you. See if I can't negotiate you a spot in Mr. Resner's little abode.
Thought that
Maybe
was open to
even
all thin bloods.
limited space. First come, first serve. Unless you happen to know somebody. Can't expect the whole thin blood population to occupy one. You'll be cannibalizing each other by the end of the week. Which, while would be funny as all hell to end up talking about in court, I'm pretty sure is not in your best interest.
Yeah, ain't nobody gives a shit about us.
We're talking, aren't we? Look at you. Tall, yeah, man, tell it as it is. Straight from New York. Dress well, trying to end up here keeping up. All you need is here new press and here slick back hair, and you're in right like that. Thin blood or not. You're that close. All you need is the right friends. But I need to know who I'm working with. It's been a pleasure, but, can't let you have everything for free. Especially not after the fruit comment. I gotta end up maintaining a certain air about me. And while accurate, it was less than polite inside of Alex's place, and that's only reserved for a privileged few.
I'm guessing you're some kind of enforcer then?
No.
So,
Bad things do tend to happen.
yeah, like you said, people around you during the purge tended to disappear. Which leads me to believe that you're responsible for that disappearance, but,
That's what a lot of people say. It's purely rumor, of course.
Oh, of course. Merely
Nothing
hearsay and bullshit.
Of course. But I know.
I specialize in hearsay and bullshit.
I think you'll fit right in. So Alex is going to ask you to do a small favor. You come through on that. I try and end up using what sway I do have to bump you to the top of the list in the new apartment block. Get you a nice corner apartment, maybe in the upper floors, just to end up making it a little quieter. After all, you don't have anybody stomping on your roof when you're on the top floor. Plus...
Would be nice for new digs.
Plus... you get the opportunity for a proper introduction with Miss Kaufman. The kind that ends up making a respectable man like yourself get the opportunity in the long run to really win. If you're interested. If not,
Definitely.
well,
It's definitely one that sounds pretty good. What kind of favor are we talking about, Miss Alexander?
We're talking about. Sorry, I've just completely gone blank.
Hate when that happens.
I want to give you head pats right now to Smithers, massage my brain. I broke a brain with all the innuendo.
Brain rot.
we are talking very much about information brokering. We are talking very much about. I'm sorry, my brain is just not working.
Got some kind of specific job for me, or is it just word vomit at you?
I want you to spread some good word.
Good word. Okay. And who am I spreading some good cheer about?
Well, obviously us. But also
I mean, you're sweet twits.
Gerard, perhaps.
After here looking at me funny like he wanted to chomp down on my neck.
I mean, everybody is having struggles at the moment, and I don't believe Gerard is even remotely immune to that. I'm sure that's something that you can understand.
Ain't nobody immune. He's just more likely to fly off the handle, if you know what I mean.
Not necessarily. He's done a fantastic job so far, making sure that everybody is kept as safe and cared for as possible.
Yeah, you can only spread yourself so thin before it comes to bite you in the ass.
That's exactly right.
So you want me to
And he needs allies.
spread some good word about an old man friend.
Exactly right. I'm also quite interested, what contacts do you have in the medical field?
Medical? Let me think. Ooh. Well, might know a guy who knows a guy who might get you some narcotics. I don't think that's what you're looking for.
These narcotics from above or below board?
Well, both. I mean, if you're looking for just an easy peasy prescribe, I mean, you could send the guy to my guy, but if you're wanting something to hit a little bit stronger, then I know a guy who's maybe a little bit more cash only.
I want you to make some friends in the medical field.
Might take
Get
a
yourself a
little
little
bit
bit established. But come on, Frankie, you're so clever and capable.
I'm not exactly a medical professional, though. I'm a salesperson.
You're a businessman.
I could sell you on anything, Toots.
Exactly.
I could sell you your own hair.
So sell yourself. Make yourself invaluable to those in that field. And then come back and tell us about it.
I could present a PowerPoint presentation. I can't exactly, like, tell you the specifics of anything medical. I know
Do
a
you
guy.
have to?
Well, if I'm gonna make friends, I gotta, talk the talk. I gotta just walk the walk, Be that guy.
Are you that guy, Frankie?
I don't know, am I?
I think you are.
Tell you what. You want me to schmooze all over Gerard's ass? I'll schmooze his ass.
Now I'm just jealous.
It's not like that. Not like that. I'm talking about, you want me to be a kiss ass? I'll be a kiss ass. Again.
I'll say it, Shriek. I can see you want to desperately.
No. Shut up.
That's not Shriek. That's me out of character. Like, no. Let the string go. Let the string go. No. I am back a little bit in Shriek mode right now, and I am becoming incredibly fucking saucy to the point of irreverent.
Saucy and snark. Yes, indeed. Frankie's just walking right into it.
That's not Shriek, that's me.
Mm-hmm. Yep, Frankie's just walking right into it. But that's what you want me to do. That's what I'll do. But you gotta give me something to work with here. What exactly has he done that I need to know about, that I need to hype up? I don't exactly have the in with the man yet. I know of him, I don't know him.
Sorry, I'm just trying to think of what I can give.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Are you trying to come up with something that would be appropriate for Alex to present to Frankie?
Yeah, because like
about Gerard.
Gerard
Okay.
has actually done quite a bit in the background.
Mm.
It's just a matter of figuring out how to word that.
Are you just having a struggle with the words itself?
Probably, yeah.
Okay. Well, then I'll tell you what. Go ahead and make me a charisma persuasion. We'll let the dice do the talking for you.
Please and thank you.
Because he, like you said, doesn't really know much about Gerard, so you need to let him in on something.
You know what? I want to willpower that one dice.
Okay. This one's the degrees of success, so.
Yeah.
Okay, 2.
I'm not a talker. It's not what she does.
Oh, pardon me. You kind of lay down the facts. And maybe Frankie gets a little distracted by something that's poking out of Shariq's ear for a moment and isn't hearing you 100%. So, he's a bit convinced. He's taking what you lay down very dryly. You don't exactly, have the riz to be able to hype Gerard up yourself. So you're kind of expecting this man to take what you say as fact and run with it. Be the hype man that creates the hype. Alright. I think I can work with that. So, my pay for that is that you're gonna get me at the top of the list of Mr. Dorian's little apartment complex. That's what I'm understanding this agreement to be. Yes? Shriek?
I do believe so.
Okay. Okay. You know what? I'll see what I can do. You're giving me some to work with there, and maybe I'll make it up as I go. We'll make it work.
Thank you. I really do appreciate it.
Well, thank you for giving me the opportunity.
When Alex ends up letting me know and how it all ended up panning out, I'll let you know where to pick up the keys.
Alright. Fantastic. I better get on it then. I just hope I don't run into him tonight. Because,
Don't worry. I'll be keeping him busy, I'm sure.
Yeah. Yeah, sure. He goes to turn and leave. And unless you're stopping him, he will leave the apartment.
Have a good night, Frankie.
Good night. And he closes the door behind him. A little too eager to close it as Shriek is talking.
He likes me.
Oh, honey, you are adorable.
Damn right. Besides, you really think that he's gonna end up panning out?
I have faith.
Didn't know I entered a church. Feel like I'm gonna burst into flame.
Very funny, sure.
Look, not everybody can end up wearing the habit like the dear sister. And it wasn't really my kink.
Well, I'm not going to deny it being one of mine. Anyway.
So, what are you thinking? I'm thinking Gerard needs a visit. See what's going on his end.
I'm thinking so too.
We already had 2 thin bloods lost. Don't need more going missing.
While I doubt Gerard will do anything to any of the Thin Bloods, it can't be guaranteed.
Well, I'm not saying he'd willingly do it as a conscious thing, but the beast does have a tendency to get the best of everybody.
Indeed.
So, and if that man is having difficulties feeding, there's a problem. If I had to guess, he pulls aside a little bit of his hoodie to end up showcasing his injury. I would guess somebody was healing, which means they got into some shit. And I'm kind of curious on what kind of shit that was. Does Gerard really look like the type who moans and groans about slim pickings?
No, he doesn't. At all.
Never struck you as a little odd?
Well, now that you mention it. Well, I suppose we better go and find Gerard.
Which I think is a fantastic spot for us to take a quick break.
Yeah.
So, be right back, everyone, with more Blood and Iron Dead Man's Hand. Welcome back, everyone, to Blood and Iron Dead Man's Hand, session number 40. After Frankie's left the shop that Alex has for her little odds and ends of a witchy sort of a vibe, we have both Alex and Shriek making their way down the streets of the Arlington domain to find their good Brujah friend Gerard. Now, this good Brujah friend, according to Frankie, was staring at Frankie a little hungrily. So, perhaps the two have decided to do a bit of a check-in to find out what exactly is going on with their friend, and perhaps, well, determine what to do next with a supposedly very hungry Brujah. So, Alex and Shriek find themselves walking the streets of the Arlington domain, the suburbs of the Dallas area. Is there anything that you would like to do or say before the two of you run into your good friend? Because you will find him near the usual place, relatively close to the little dive bar that he frequents as a sort of meeting place of his own in this domain. However, he is looking a little haggard when you run across him. A little preoccupied. Seems that he has caught himself a little bit of a feast. And when I say feast, it is very much not a feast. It is, in fact, something rather smaller than that. Much smaller, in the form of a sewer rat hanging from his fangs. What's left of the carcass, he just kind of slams on the concrete, shouting a big ol' shit.
Well, didn't expect to see that.
Do you say that out loud?
Yep.
He turns around, almost shocked. Just kind of... If this man was any kind of animal, you would assume that he's some kind of big cat, because his hackles raise, and he kind of looks at you with a very feral sort of look, but then realizes exactly who he's staring at, and straightens up his plaid jacket to be a little bit more courteous. Shriek, Alex,
Heard you were having a rough night.
you could say that. Even amongst the trash heaps, it's a fucking...
A fucking what?
nightmare. What other word would you have for it?
Well, to be honest, I always ended up figuring that you were a little bit better fed. Word is that there's some people who are really nervous about you deciding to go against better sensibilities.
Well, that's what happens when you're starved, isn't it?
Yeah.
Sorry,
But
you
that's
caught
not-
me at a very vulnerable time.
No judgment. I'm not here to end up berating you for that. I've been there myself on several occasions. If anything, I feel relieved that you managed to end up getting something.
When you're craving an entire gallon worth of water and you only come up with a handful of clean water, then, you find yourself swearing at the heavens above because they didn't rain on you. So excuse me if I'm a little testy.
Oh, that wasn't a concern in that regard. I was just worried that you were in a bad way.
And
You're
what kind of
older,
a bad
Gerard.
way?
You're older. You're a hunter. Even in the worst of situations, men like you, they don't go hungry. Which tells me you've been going through blood a little quicker than usual.
Maybe a little.
Which now makes me have to ask the question, who came after you? No offense, but I figure most people aren't stupid enough to end up poking a fight with you, but clearly somebody must have.
It wasn't a fight with a kindred, if that's what you're meaning.
I figure then you'd be completely fed.
No,
Or is it something else?
I don't feed on kindred. If that's what you're implying. No, I was trying to take care of a hog problem that Luca said that he was having, and it turned out that the hog had other ideas. And got away.
How sporting.
So yeah, got a little gored, got a little messed up. That's why I've been running through blood a little bit more. And, like you said, I'm a hunter. I tend to hunt animals, always have.
If you can stomach it, I'm glad you found a way.
Well, I prefer moose.
Not a lot of those found around here.
No, sadly.
But we're just checking in on you. Because when little birdies tell me that Thin Blood are disappearing and Gerard's looking at them like they're the next meal, well, I didn't want to end up believing allegations. And I certainly don't need those rumors flying around. Alex here was beside herself. said we were coming right over the moment that we ended up hearing about it.
Well, I appreciate the looking in. Just even the vermin are few and far between these days.
How can we help?
I don't know. I'm not exactly a city folk, and I'm not exactly the type to know exactly what makes rats stick around more. I don't.
Alex kind of glances at Shriek.
I tend to go outside the city when it comes to, something bigger. But even
I imagine that's got to get complicated.
well, my responsibilities in this domain have tripled.
I'm so glad that me and Alex had the exact same reaction to what?
Yeah, with all the new bloods.
Where are they coming from?
Well, Frankie tells me he's from New York.
Frankie's coming, but
And there's Carter and Ivy and Jimmy, and then the
all
ones
accepted under the prince's regime and shipped off here.
Well, I don't know about accepted by the prince either, because nobody's actually talked about it at the court. So somebody's got to do something about it in the meantime. Keep their heads down so that they could actually have a chance to present themselves to the prince when there is another Elysium. When is the next one?
Don't know.
Neither do I.
Hey, Gerard. You listed off a lot of names there. How many new faces?
Those four, so far as I know. And then Danny and Monty went missing too. Haven't seen them in a few nights.
They won't be coming.
What, they skipped town?
Not quite.
What do you mean, not quite?
Still getting information in. What I know is that right now, a lot of eyes are being really concerned. Maybe they saw something they shouldn't have. We're still getting through that aftermath of Inquisition. You think that after the loss that they took, they're going to take that lying down?
No. I'm waiting in the wings. They're gonna pop their heads out somewhere.
What's to say they didn't already?
Yeah, well, I'd be the last to hear about it.
We're talking, aren't we?
You know something about the Inquisition that I don't?
I might.
You frequently do.
It's my job. But I'm worried you're not gonna. Even if I told you, you just put yourself in a position where you just end up getting worse off. And you don't eat people.
No, I try to avoid it.
So, why would I point you in the direction of something that seems to be a tempting 2-for-1 scenario for you?
You have a very good point. Why would you?
You look after the Thin Bloods and you keep them in line. I'm not about to throw that away, especially given recent circumstances and regime change. Because, if we're being honest, you and I both know that the Primogen is not going to end up worrying one iota. He's just waiting for a slip-up and an excuse. I don't have any intention of giving to him, and I don't think you do either.
No, not at all. That we can agree on.
So, Why would I end up here risking that?
I don't know. Because
All
I'm
I'm
the old
saying,
dog.
you're right, you're the old dog. Probably a lot stronger, meaner, and more vicious than the rest of us combined. That also means you're an ace in the hole. And I don't cash in pocket aces unless I'm really sure about the board.
Fair enough. Luca thinks the same.
Luca is, well,
He's a friend.
he's a tourist. He can come in and out of the city whenever he wants, private planes and all.
Yeah,
He doesn't have to live in it.
true.
So,
The only reason I'm still here is because I choose to be. He could have taken me back to Edmonton any day.
so why didn't you?
I still got work to do.
Important enough to end up staying in a half-starving location with no moose.
Yeah,
Better be pretty important work.
well, always stand up for the disenfranchised. It's one of my moral codes.
Admirable. And most people would never end up confessing that straightforward. Okay. Let's
I
table
consider the
that.
Thin Bloods amongst those right now, so they need somebody to stick by them. And I kind of consider you and Miss Alex amongst those a little bit right now. In fact, this whole damn domain is
Can
a little bit of a
I-
shithole. So,
Can I incite him on this?
absolutely you can.
Because something about what he's saying that's kind of wigging something for me.
Twingy something.
And I can't. It sounds suspicious as hell.
No. Well, tell me your thought process. Why do you think it's suspicious sounding?
So,
Honest and straightforward vampire?
well, yes, that. But, like, also, we know we've had a lot of issues with Second Inquisition. We also know that there's potential for an uprising. And the way that he's talking, he could have left at any point and he's decided not to.
Exactly.
It doesn't benefit him to stay. Something is not adding up.
Okay.
So I would definitely like to incite him to see how honest he's actually being about
Go ahead and roll it.
Be
Wits
what am
and,
I rolling?
Wits and insight.
Wits. Wow, I am willpowering that shit.
Yeah, indeed.
Bam the Derek Dice in the chat.
Wow.
God.
What the hell?
You can keep my luck. You can keep my luck.
Spam them Derek Dice in the chat.
Wow.
If you got them. Spam them if
Good
you
news.
got 'em.
Good news. There's
Wow.
not a 1 in the Tunger die.
No, so
Wow.
it's not a messy failure.
Out of 9 dice. 4, 2, 4, 3, 3, 3. The 5, 1, 2.
I feel like my
Wow.
nat 1 curse in D&D has spread.
Or spam WTFs in the chat. Because we got those too.
Wow. Okay, I have no fucking clue.
You have...
Um,
Then I will just say this. You have suspicions. They are neither confirmed nor denied.
Yep.
By what you read off of him. You can't tell one way or the other. So proceed with that as you will.
I shall let the conversation continue, because Alex is just kind of watching on for now.
Okay. Also, Derek has Flopcat.
Kitty. I was just looking at that. I'm like, kitty.
Kitty. All right. So, well, did you have anything specific that you wanted to check in on, or was it just, hey, howdy, how are you?
I think this was more a case of, let's make sure that Gerard isn't mauling someone to death.
Oh, well, you know, that happens, but I try to keep it under wraps. Sorry, I'm looking at cat.
I'm being distracted by the cat too.
I'm sorry. I can't move her though.
No, she's
Like,
she's cozy, comfy. She's right there.
she's kneading into my into my headset.
Funny baby.
She still does a plank.
The baby.
You can see a little bit of a tail twitch right there.
Mhm. Yep.
So, sorry. You said it happens. Well, I mean, I guess it happens for everybody every now and then, but
Yeah, every now and again. Like I said, trying to keep it under wraps. And usually I don't have a hard time feeding on any kind of problems that Luca's having on his branch.
Luca's having issues?
Well, not many. I mean, it's a cattle ranch. Of course, you're gonna run into, predators, or like coyotes and wolves and other such things. Wild boars tend to roam in once in a while. It happens. It's a cattle ranch. So I go and take care of the problems. I do that for him and kind of keep him in check as to what's going on with me, and that's where we leave it for the time being.
So you said this hog got away from you?
Yeah.
Didn't persist in trying to get it instead?
Well, I tried, but the little bugger was fast.
That's a clever hog.
They are clever creatures. And maybe I was a little off my game because I was rather hungry in the hunt. Wasn't exactly paying attention to my footwork. Wasn't exactly paying attention to how quiet I was being. And, well, one thing led to another, and we wrestled and tussled, and it gored me, I gored it, and it got away.
Well, if you need a hand.
I don't need a hand.
Not every day you end up hearing about a kindred getting gored by a boar.
Nope.
That is a new one.
Well, welcome to Texas.
He leans over to Alex. Alex, I don't know what to do. This feels like some very good exploitable information, but no one's going to believe me.
No, you're right. Nobody would believe you.
This is perfect blackmail material. And I can't use it. There's only been one other time I've been in this position.
I think you broke him, Gerard.
I broke him. I'm seeing that face on him right now. It looks like he's perturbed. I'm just being honest. I have no reason to lie to you.
He's doing it again.
Well, if there is anything that we can do to help,
Just making it so that the vermin come back in the city. I don't want to have to go out venturing every single damn time. Because it's rarer than you expect.
Pet stores.
Pet stores.
I think it's another business venture that we can mention to Mr. Resner, don't you think?
Oh,
That-
it's... Look, I'm just going to end up saying that there's always another way to go about these things. And you having a particular set of... Well, you're the lactose intolerant of the bloodsuckers. You need gluten-free.
The spicy makes me a little queasy.
Right, so just keep it to old sock flavor and we're good. So, with
It's not
that
that
being
bad.
said... Okay.
Moose and hog taste better than rat, I'm just saying.
I'm not blaming you. I'm just saying that there might be a way to end up dealing with this situation. We're going to look into it. Thank you for keeping us informed.
Sure.
You don't need anything at the current moment. We don't have to worry about you reducing the thin blood population in the near future.
Well, as long as they stay out of my way.
Yeah, that's a problem. That's a problem because...
I'm still...
Look, when they think
peckish.
they're on the menu, there's going to be a problem down there, right? So, we're going to end up figuring out a way to get this handled. Until then, I don't know. I'll think of something.
I'm just going hunting for rats. Or cats. Or dogs. Whatever else is in this fucking domain.
I have a question. We've been standing here for a bit. And given Shriek's unfortunate abilities, what is happening with the vermin populace around us?
There's some creepy crawlies around Shriek's foot right now. Not necessarily a rat per se, but there's some bugs, centipedes. Another little worm crawling out his ear.
Shriek, have you considered that you might be in a unique position to assist Gerard? And Alexandra is going to glance down at Shriek's feet.
I heard Nosferatu have a really, really unique relationship with animals. Is that what you're responding to?
No. She's referring to this. And he takes the carcass and flips it over because that thing has been marinating in Shriek's presence for probably about 15-20 minutes at this point.
It's pretty infested with some maggots. Oh, whoa. That's quick.
I am walking fucking infestation.
I don't see how bugs are going to help me.
It's not how the bugs are going to help you. It's what goes after the bugs, the maggots, the worms, the centipedes, the termites, and everything else.
Things that eat the bugs.
You're working your way up the food chain. You're an apex predator in the city.
I'm surprised you don't take more advantage of that.
I'm not about to end up eating the thing that gives me at least some respite. I got a pair of raccoons that I end up using specifically for clearing out what I can out of my own haven. And the worst
Raccoons are
part,
cute.
I had to make a hamster wheel out of a tire because they're getting fat.
They're getting fat?
Unless they both somehow got pregnant at the same time.
If they were pregnant, you'd probably have more of them. That help.
Do I look like the kind of guy who grabs the hold of a tail, looks up, and checks? Don't answer that. I had to. When I woke up today, okay, one of them was nesting in my rib cage. I rolled over, it rolled off the bed, and kept rolling.
You have some fat pets.
It weighs 78 pounds.
That's it. That's fucking obese for a raccoon.
Either that or one hell of a litter.
Like, did you check to see if it had teats or something? Because that's how you can tell if it's pregnant.
I don't swing that way. And I can't believe that those words left my mouth.
Ew.
Alex in this foot is just like losing her shit, like leaning over one of the dumpsters, just laughing her ass off.
If you need to hunt, I can try and make something happen. If you want to end up doing so, I will gladly end up trying to help. See, there's a reason I don't haunt your goddamn bar, Gerard. It's your place. I'm trying to be nice. And if I stay in a place that has a bunch of stale alcohol, beer on the floor, and what have you, in old wood, that place becomes condemned in a couple of months.
I see your point. If you want to just sit and chat, then.
And I think I am going to do something really, really stupid because I cannot afford for this man to end up going starving.
Okay. What kind of stupid are you doing?
I am. God, it has been so long since I've used this power. I got to double check the ruling on it. Feral Whispers, if I recall, can also be used to summon or call for something.
That is a very good question. Let me look at.
It has been such a long time since I looked up animalism, so now I'm. Oh, that got me good.
Baby.
That got me good.
Why the baby?
Her back paw right into my side, right on top of the old wound.
Oh, baby. Baby.
Oh, why? Why, cat? No, you're not that adorable. No.
I love that.
Okay, let's see here. What? To commune with the.
Two-way
Can also
communication.
use feral whispers to summon a chosen type of animal. See animal's limitations above, but the animal must be present to answer. Nothing prevents a vampire from trying to summon an orca in Central Park, but success seems unlikely. Summon animals listen to the summoner, but scatter or attack if endangered.
Yes.
So I would like to end up engaging feral whispers.
Okay. Then I'm going to call that the manipulation animalism on this sheet. Because you are
Okay.
trying to manipulate animals to come into a spot where they are going to get hunted.
And I will do a rouse for that.
And what animal are you attempting to summon, given your proclivities?
You know what? A fucking cat. A cat needs to die right now, and if it ain't gonna be one of these two.
I was gonna suggest raccoons.
Your choice.
Oh yeah, we'll do raccoons because it's thematically appropriate. Despite my vengeance.
Given that it is also thematically appropriate to your bane, I'll give you a +1.
Hey.
Situational +1.
Let's see here.
And your bane kind of makes it easier for you to summon them raccoons. Ooh, that there is a messy crit.
I will take it.
You will take it. Well, I think it's also appropriate that you are also hungry in this moment, and you are consumed by the thought of hunger. Given that Gerard, as soon as the raccoons are summoned to this place, he goes and pounces, much like a big cat, if you're quite honest. And somehow, the scent of the animal blood doesn't smell unappealing. It kind of stirs that little bit of hunger inside of you.
Don't have a whole lot, but we're gonna work on it. All right.
So you're under the hunger compulsion for your messy crit.
Yes, sir.
Alex at this point is just going to keep an eye out to make sure that no one who's not supposed to see any of this walks.
Given
This is
that,
a situation.
given that Shriek is looking like he is a ravenous beast, even though he only just a moment ago wasn't so hungry looking. It maybe puts you off a little bit because he's looking at the whole scene and just being, it's like his mouth is watering with no saliva. In fact, it's like he's drooling blood right now. That's the messy crit part of it. It looks very vampiric.
Alex is just kind of gonna reach into a bag and pull out a packet of tissues and hand it over to Shriek. You're drooling.
Yeah. Proceeds to take the napkin, wipe off the drool, which is blood, because that's the only kind of it, and then proceeds to start chewing on the napkin. Like he's trying to bring it back in.
Like he barely even dabs his chin. Doesn't even get anything. It's just kind of still pooling at the bottom of his chin.
So long as it's not dripping everywhere, it's fine, I guess. Shriek, are you quite all right?
Never better. Just never noticed how it glistens off the pavement. Got some kind of artsy fartsy thing going on here. He starts. You see him. He's crouching low. He's like frame it, but he's just looking at the remains of the carcass that's currently being done. You have remains of like 3 or 4 raccoons just currently spread about, watching.
Sometimes I'm not sure if you were bait into the right clan. There are about 3 different clans you could be a part of right now. All of them are disturbing the hell out of me.
Oh, honey, that is the shot. That is the
Why are you gawking at me? He just kind of looks over at you and just has this dripping blood from his mouth as well.
I really want to lick your face right now.
The what?
Sorry, that was a little forward of me.
Yeah, very forward.
I really want to lick your face right now.
Sorry, mate. He kind of wipes his own chin. What you
I'm
say?
getting mixed signals here.
I'm not getting any mixed signals. I don't know what you're getting that from. You're kind of creeping me out a little bit. Nope, I don't like that face. We're going.
Shriek.
It's a perfect shot.
Is he always like this?
No.
The last time I actually had my picture taken was back when I actually breathed. What about we get you fed or something?
Yeah, sure. Sounds great.
Do what I can. You helped me, I help you back. Besides, you look like you're torn to pieces.
Oh, that.
Your raccoon was digging into your chest today.
Yeah, but the boy toy likes options.
What? Boy toy?
Shriek has extra hold.
I don't need to know that. And he starts walking off.
I didn't even get to the point of explaining the joke about Boston cream.
Let's do something to get you fed. You're beginning to creep even me out, Shriek.
Yeah. He takes a little bit of the blood that dripped off of the floor. It came from his lips. Oh, it's got that bitter bite to it. I can get used to
that. So, Shriek, are you going hunting?
Yes.
Yes. Oh. Well.
Ow. Ow.
Angie baby.
Ow.
Child that wants attention.
How are you going about doing your lovely bit of hunting?
Oh, but the usual.
The usual.
There's an apartment building, small house, or homeless shelter that's above my notice.
So the dexterity stealth, where you're breaking into people's individual homes, then you get.
And I have an assistance from
No,
Alex.
not from me. No,
No, you get an assist from Gerard.
no.
Gerard
Aw.
is surprisingly sneaky.
Oh, we lost you, Mox. We can't hear you, Mox. Don't worry, Discord's been
Hello?
doing that to me
No.
the whole time.
And
Sorry,
Ah,
you were saying
lovely.
you were doing such wonderful facial expressions. I feel bad to miss out on the commentary.
I was saying, no, you do not want Alex to help. No.
Nope, you get Gerard to help, though, and he's surprisingly light on his feet.
All right. Let's see if my dice bite me again.
Ooh.
7 should cover it.
7 will absolutely cover it. You are
Now,
one of the lucky ones who have that kind of a dice pool.
not lucky. I have invested heavily.
Mm.
That being said, I am going to, as I'm feeding, try and heal 1 aggravated.
Okay, go ahead and roll your rouse for it.
Okay,
it
so I
costs
lose
2.
2 and I gain 2.
Okay,
Which
puts you back at 1 still.
Yep.
Okay, aggravated healed. And you're right back where you were from the beginning.
But at least I got the opportunity to feed on something that isn't animal blood and dripping off of Gerard's also lickable face.
And now that you're thinking about it, you're like, no, I think that may have been my gut talking.
Maybe.
Maybe he's old man material. The kind of old man that makes you want to feel all warm and cuddly, fuzzy.
I just want to experience that old man strength.
The fantasies of Shriek become revealed. But he'll possibly have to explore his own fantasies another day as the feeding takes place. Gerard, more or less.
I now have 3 full health.
Yay! Gerard
3 of 5.
standing watch. Alex, you're kind of keeping a distance because you don't want to interfere, because you know how badly that goes when you sneak into places. They get set on fire.
I don't sneak. Sneak is not a thing that I do.
No, because the last time you snuck into a place, you ended up setting the place on fire.
I'd rather not think about that.
I do. I think about that a lot. As your ST, I think about that a lot.
As a player, I think about that more than I should.
The tangled webs we weave. But Gerard, having stood watch for you, is happy to walk you back towards Alex. The 3 of you get back together for the whatever else is next.
Are we both feeling better now?
I'm manageable.
Alex kind of looks at Shriek. We haven't assaulted Gerard by face licking?
No, he has not licked my face. I don't know
Okay.
that I would want his mouth anywhere near my face, if I'm honest.
Well, he's always skirting about how skilled it is.
I know what that means.
Well,
No thanks.
Now
Lost
we
interest in
know.
all of that long ago.
now we know we have a temporary solution, perhaps.
I'll manage from here.
You can come to us, Gerard.
I know. I'd rather not bother you.
Wow.
You got plenty else on your plate.
Always. But for the
But-
good of the realm.
Well,
Truthfully, though, you wouldn't be bothering us. I know I, for one, certainly wouldn't mind seeing your face a little more often.
well, you say that.
I do say that. And I mean it.
Yeah, well. I've come to realize that a lot of kindred don't mean it when they say it.
But we said
Doesn't mean you mean it.
But doesn't it meaning that to maintain appearances we have to at least play the part? Which is useful unto itself.
Yeah, if you're trying to impress the right people, I guess.
Well, aren't I impressive?
Oh, former Primogen, you are indeed.
Oh, I hate the former part of that.
Well,
Oh, right there. Right there. Don't worry, I'll fix that. Someday. Still, I'm glad that we can at least get you topped up and not have to worry about you for the next couple of days. I hope.
I'll manage on my own.
I don't want to have to end up hearing about Thin Bloods thinking that there is some old grandpa in plaid about to end up bending them over the table for stepping in the wrong location.
Who in the world would say
Job
such
security.
such a thing like that?
Well, I like my job security.
Upstart little shit.
Well,
Do I need to take care of somebody? Because
nah. No, not yet.
Hmm.
I
Shame.
just don't want you. He stops and thinks about it for a minute. Well, I could end up making an offer, but problem is that I need it to not come back to me. A high sensitive thing.
Yeah, well, I'm not exactly the greatest of liars either.
True. But you're a good shot, if I recall.
Oh, I'm a plenty good shot. Get me a rifle, I can hunt anything. Big or small.
I'll keep that in mind.
I miss my rifle.
It's Texas, not exactly hard to get another one.
Yeah, when you want a really nice scope and...
I'll see if I can't figure something out. Still, if there's nothing else,
Nothing else from me.
we got a few errands to end up running in. I'll keep you in mind. Maybe Alex will end up getting in contact with you.
I look forward to it then.
I'm gonna miss that pretty face. Oh, okay.
He just quirks an eyebrow at you like he's curious.
And as soon as he expresses any form of curiosity, Shriek, if he turns around, starts heading out, walking with that little walk that ends up making it bounce just right.
Yeah, it's such a tease.
He truly is.
He's yours. All yours.
I don't think I'm his type.
Nah, well, he's not my type.
No,
I don't have
I
a
think we
type.
both know your type.
I gave up on that a long time ago.
Really? Do give my regards to Luca.
Will do.
And take care of yourself, Gerard. When I said I would like to see more of your face around, I mean it.
Yeah, well. I'm dumb old Gramps.
If not, I shall have to come and make myself a bit more of a pain in your arm.
I'd like to see you try. Certainly aren't yet.
Have a good evening.
Later. He starts to walk down the street.
And Alex follows after Shriek.
And Gerard is going the opposite direction to you, so he disappears into the streets.
Did he look?
He looked. Commented
got
about
it.
how you're such a tease.
Still got it. Besides, there is a whole manner of situations that we need to end up dealing with at this point. But at the very least now, I don't have to worry about Thin Blood suddenly going missing. However, there is a Fernando thing going.
Sorry, what was that? You kind of cut out midway through that.
Oh, I was saying that there's still that Fernando thing that's going on. Looking forward to hearing how that plays out.
Yeah, actually.
Because I know he just got drafted.
What did you do, Shriek?
What did I do? I resemble that remark. I'll have you know.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I might have let slip that a hound might end up having him pretty much by the dangly bits. Thankfully, he's going to end up coming into play a little bit later. Besides, don't want to end up leaving the hound without any backup. But I'm thinking Gerard might make for a really good insurance policy.
Well, he is quite handy.
Wow. Don't want our dear hound going in alone. After all, we need a strong, strapping young man. Mr. Singleton is the individual to end up looking after the place, and I like it that way. So, what else is on the itinerary?
At this point, I'm not really sure. I know I need to do some research, but
On?
I've been letting my studies go a little.
Oh. Warlock without her books? What have you been spending all your time inside inside your little hovel?
Strangely enough, I haven't been spending a lot of time inside of my little hovel.
Oh, where you been spending it?
Wouldn't you like to know?
Are you gonna make me find out?
Go for it.
Careful. Now who's the tease? That being said, I am fed I'm floating on cloud 9, and I ended up having such a good old time while everything's coming together. Got to end up meeting good old Frankie. We got to end up checking in on Gerard. But I think... Yeah. I think we need to get that man armed.
Which I think is a fabulous
I have a
point.
question.
Oh, go ahead.
Sorry, while my thought is still in it.
Yes, while your thought is still here.
How would I be able to know? Would I know of places where I could get Gerard maybe armed up
Well, that is a very
using
good
my
question.
streetwise and my black market dealings?
You do have those. What is your contact dots?
Squeaky baby.
BP.
I have that one black market contact, 1 dot.
1 dot? Okay. Which means that they can get you something that is relatively inexpensive, only 1 dot in resources equivalent, which is to say that 1 dot in resources is typically, minimum wage, living wage, basically the bottom of the barrel when it comes to income. So you would
they
be able
potentially be able to point me in the direction of someone who can provide me with something a bit more up Gerard's alley?
Make me a charisma and streetwise, just to see if there's other contacts out there that you might be able to mingle with. Okay, and that's 2 out of 4. Okay, so you don't have any to reroll. I would say as of right now, they're not able to get you in contact with anyone who'd be able to supply more as far as more expensive items. So, if you're looking for a black market rifle, like a hunting rifle of some kind, then, modified to the 9s to be able to give Gerard exactly what he needs, you're looking at several thousands of dollars, which would tie up 1 dot of resources.
Okay.
That is what it would be.
Certainly.
But if you want something
That would
bigger and better, as in military grade, potentially, then you would be looking at having to increase your dots in contacts before you'd be able to do that.
All right, we'll just go with the rifle that Gerard would actually need.
Okay. Then for the remainder of the month, so for 30 days, you are reduced by 1 dot in resources.
Okay.
You are not able to use your resources for any other purchases until such a time that it restores.
Beautiful. She is, before she goes ahead with this, she's actually going to point out to Shriek that she knows somebody that can get that for them.
Okay. You have a rather standard hunting rifle with some modifications to make it a little bit more powerful than a standard legal build, and a really nice scope on it.
Yep.
And it will.
Gerard better know that he owes them.
You will have that rifle ready for you at the end of the night. So we won't conclude the night here for the session, but we will conclude the session here. So you'll have that available at the end of next session to be able to give to him the following day, should you desire to.
Yay!
So, that concludes our session for tonight, unless there's other little things that you want to do that are a bit more minutia.
Nothing that requires a scene.
Okay.
So.
Then that concludes our session for tonight. Thank you guys so much for playing.
No worries. Glad you ran tonight.
Thank you. I appreciate you both. You both are good beats.
All of the love.
I know that words sometimes fail us. This is why dice are involved. They give us what we need to in order to move forward if our words fail us. And so, with that, I think, unless you want to do some deliberating, that between the two of you, I thought I was just going to dish out 2 experience for each and call that good. Because you get your 1 for playing, and you get 1 for bonus.
Okay.
Yay!
Next session.
Makes it pretty easy.
Next session, I think I could end up doing what I wanted to do.
Ooh, I'm excited.
Ooh.
I'm excited.
Oh, nothing exciting. I just wanted to put me at 25 experience, which would give me my 5th dot in stealth.
Ooh.
Hot damn.
Crunchy.
Look, I'm not kidding when I end up saying, like, the Shriek is... When I made Shriek, I specifically said I was going to adapt him to end up being the best hunter that I can end up making him.
Yep.
So despite the fact that we are in a chase 2 environment, he's one of the few that isn't perpetually starving.
Oh yeah,
But
he's one of those that's pretty adaptable.
He's just a really good hunter.
Yep.
Very
good at what he does. He's sneak. Yep. Raven has definitely hit it on the money. Stealthy boy.
Yep.
All right. Well, with that being said, all of the experience and everything is all concluded. We don't have any stains to go into today, so we are concluded. Give yourselves a round of applause. We will be back on Saturday for some D&D Rebirth, where we have some lovely things going on with the Lucky Sevens, and we will be back next Wednesday. Fingers crossed, nothing comes up. Next Wednesday for more of Blood and Iron, so that we can see what it is that our coterie of Dead Man's Hand are plotting. But until then, we'll find somebody to raid and then say goodnight. So, have a pleasant evening, all of you out in the audience, and I hope you have a great night, and say goodnight, everybody.
Good night.
Good night.